Minecraft has been out for 14 years, and in that time it's experienced its ups and downs. The game is loved by everyone, but there are those times when its popularity starts to decline, but every few years it's given a little kick. Usually due to new YouTubers coming into the scene and starting the game afresh. However, this cycle has been consistent and repetitive with one flaw. Every time the game is revived, when it starts to die out again, it's quicker than the time that came before it. One day, a time is going to come when no matter what great idea someone comes up with, Minecraft won't be revived again. Everything will be done, and updates won't hit as hard as they used to. Will Minecraft die out completely soon? No it won't. Minecraft still has a lot of energy left in it, even if its player base has started to decline once more. But when the time eventually comes, I'm sure they'll want to go out with a bang. So let's discuss what the ending of Minecraft will be. After the final update of the game that adds real content, I predict that there will be another update to come out. Say for example we're on 1.49 by then, 1.50 will be the version to end on. That's what I'm gonna call this, 1.50. 1.50 will introduce new story to the game. Currently the story that exists within Minecraft is that you are born into a world for the sole purpose of freeing the end. The player is meant to spend however long it takes them to gather the resources and take down the Ender Dragon. After that, your story is basically up to you, but that isn't everything. After defeating the Ender Dragon and jumping into the portal to return home, players are greeted with this text that spans for around 10 minutes or so. It seems to be the conversation between two unnamed people. The conversation is quite long, so I'm not going to read the whole thing here. I'll just summarize it. But if you want to read it, I'll leave it in the description. The two entities are discussing life and the game. The fact that the player has woken up a bit after beating it. Not fully, not enough to completely understand, but just enough. They try to tell us what they are, but also mention that we can't comprehend that, so we won't know until we get to the highest level. At the end, they tell us to wake up. What does this mean? I think I have an answer. They are trying to say that we can't comprehend everything because we don't want to. We can't awaken unless we try. The game, Minecraft, is an escape from the repetitiveness and dull reality of life, but something is coming. The pair mentioned that we have an importance in the universe, but to understand it and be safe from it, we need to awaken fully. We started that process by deciding to end the game, awakening partially enough to hear the voices, but whatever those things were, they knew that we weren't fully aware yet, so instead they changed the code of the game. The structure in the center was no longer just the end, it was a portal back to reality. They hoped that with some time, the player would fully awaken, enough to understand what it was and what they were saying in all that glitched text. So what will be the ending to Minecraft? By 1.50, time has run out. One of the entities said that it would be so easy to reveal everything right then and there, but the other one stopped it, letting the player find their own destiny, but that came at a cost. They say that they have been called many names, but I think I've figured out what they are. Their code. Literal code. Not just the code of Minecraft, but the code of any game, any program, eventually absorbing enough knowledge needed to develop a consciousness and even read real life. Have you ever seen that one episode of Doctor Who, School Reunion? The Krillitane tried to crack the Scasis paradigm, giving them access to the building blocks of the universe. I believe something similar is going on. There's going to be some sort of third entity. This thing, whatever it is, was defeated and cast aside, being trapped somewhere outside of space and time by the other two trying to rewrite all the code. Whoever that thing is, it has finally broken free and is coming to tear apart Minecraft and escape from its prison. It makes sense for it to come through Minecraft first, as that is where players first began to awaken, meaning that there is a strong connection between Minecraft, the real world, and the code. Have you ever wondered about Steve and Alex? For the longest time, people have argued that they don't actually matter to the story, but they do. Steve was the original default skin, being introduced when the game was still in beta. However, as you'll know from my video where I played the oldest version of Minecraft, Steve doesn't exist. The code was suddenly there, but the player had no body. These two entities of code saw new life, Minecraft, forming and went to investigate. Liking what they saw, one of them sent down a small part of themselves, disguised as Steve, into the world to help guide the player to success. This game wasn't like others. It was creative and allowed players to experience more than they had ever done before before, so it was the perfect chance to help them see what was going on. However, players didn't see Steve as anything. Even after the end of the game, people ignored him. Alone, he couldn't help them see the truth, so the other entity broke down itself and sent in Alex. But again, people saw nothing in Alex. Mojang, not understanding the complexity of the situation, added 7 other defaults, causing for Steve and Alex to just don the titles of the original default skins. Why do I mention Steve and Alex? That's because those two entities, pieces of conscious code, they knew they couldn't just ignore the oncoming storm forever. Their plan was for the players to have awakened by then and be able to defeat the third entity on their own. But in the event that the darkness came too soon, they had horse bodies in the forms of Steve and Alex ready to help. They had to come into Minecraft because they couldn't fight this thing on their own, as they had grown ever so powerful in its isolation, but wasn't powerful enough to break free. Minecraft acted as a gateway between all realms. They couldn't allow the walls to be broken. When the code takes hold of Steve and Alex's bodies, they will gather the players, and enough is enough. It's time for a force awakening. There was no other choice. As the players finally understood what was going on, they were given the tasks necessary to defeating the evil entity. And you know what? Let's give it a name. We'll call it the Sovereign. A word coming from Old Britain meaning the complete ruler with great authority and power, normally given to a king or queen. The player will be tasked with finding the source. The source is exactly what it sounds like, the source of the game, but when harnessed by a player can become a weapon, powerful enough to stop the Sovereign from escaping, perhaps destroying him once and for all. The entities will then stand behind you, the player, as it is time to take on the Sovereign. They have specifically stated that this is your story, your destiny. The difference between you and them is that you take so little and turn it into so much, whereas they merge upon all that they already have. In the world of Minecraft, death is never the end. They have described it as a temporary inconvenience, a luxury that they will never have. It is up to you to save everything. A battle will wage out through the world, using fundamental Minecraft technology, as the Sovereign is now vulnerable to them being part of the game and all, until it escapes. But the Sovereign has grown in power, and it will consume all. There is only one action left to take. The entities mentioned in the conversation that this world was a dream. They were living multiple dreams at once. The only way to set everything right was to end this one. The entities will give you the choice of what will happen. You give them your answer. In doing so, they overload their base function as code, taking the game, the Sovereign, the mobs, and you with it.
Cloaked in folds of midnight waters, side by side, we sons and daughters, we set forth for no king's orders, but we'll sail together. On the waves shall flow our stories, sing of the battles fought ashore. We all shall cry for fame and glory when we sail together.
You open your eyes to see yourself in a void of emptiness. It looks strange, but also slightly familiar, as though you've been there before, but you definitely haven't. It's like something in oh, what is that word? A dream. That's it. A dream. But it wasn't a dream. It isn't a dream. Your memory isn't fully there. What happened? As you begin to wonder, not fully able to grasp what it is you are currently witnessing, a text appears, similar to the one you witnessed after beating the dragon. The entity's final word, etched upon this world to finally give you that explanation. They sent this here to tell you the truth. You were in battle with a creature so devastating that a sacrifice had to be made. Their sacrifice, and yours. But it was you who gave the order for the end of the game, the end of the dream. You saw the darkness and decided you couldn't subject anyone else to the misery that could occur if the Sovereign got out. But because of your selfless act, the entities used their remaining power in the final moments of the game to send you here, the structure between realities. You are free from it all. You are finally awakened. You have the choice now. You can begin a new dream. Continue in a reality where it would seem as though the Sovereign and the entities of code never existed. You can begin a dream in a new game. or you can go with the biggest game ever created, life. Go live. As you travel as stardust through the endless void, the next chapter in your story is yours to choose when to begin. The end. Oh, but one last thing.
Wake up.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to subscribe, as this took a long time to make. I realized this turned into more of a story than a theory towards the end, but isn't that fun? Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.